If you become one of those students who finds themselves overcome by fear, then it'll be much harder for you to learn. So let's look at how we can try to overcome it. Firstly, the best thing you can do is to rationalize your fear. Learning to ski is in fact a very safe thing to do, especially at the beginning when you start off very slowly on a gentle slope away from the main area. Yeah, perhaps you could turn an ankle or a knee and you might miss the rest of the week skiing, but you shouldn't be in any serious or life-threatening danger. It's generally only when you get to be a good skier that you stand any chance of getting seriously hurt.
When I go skiing for thrills, I need to seek out the steepest slopes and the deepest of powder, where I face the risks of avalanche and undersurface obstacles that the novice and the intermediate skiing on the piste don't have to worry about. I'm not a racer, but I reckon that on black runs I must get up to about 40 miles an hour or so, which is simply not possible on beginner's slopes.
And even then, we've all seen ski racers crash at incredibly high speeds and still walk away.
In fact, after 20 years of skiing, the biggest fright I've ever had was recently when I stayed at home instead of skiing, had a salad for lunch, and I nearly choked to death on a cherry tomato.
The two biggest threats to skiers are avalanche and head injuries. Now, providing people stay on the prepared piste, which you will, there's absolutely no chance of being caught in an avalanche. As to head injuries, well, I can't give you any absolute guarantees, but your instructor should be teaching you in an area that's relatively quiet and safe. However, if you're still concerned and you think it might help you to feel safer, then why not get yourself a lid? Recently I've decided to follow the growing trend amongst adults and wear a helmet when I ski.
In Canada, almost half of all skiers wear helmets, as you can see here. And in Europe, most children wear helmets, with some countries like Italy having made it compulsory for under 14s. But if your child asks you why they have to wear a helmet and you don't, that's a tough question to answer.
Now, you're probably in more serious danger when you cross the road to get to the lift station in the morning than you are for the rest of the day. And yet you don't stand on the curbside, knees are knocking, lip are quivering, even though you know you could end up under a bus. And the reason for that is that over millions of years of evolution, there was no road traffic. But there were steep slopes and sheer drops, and that's why we're afraid of those. So remember, if you feel fear, keep telling yourself that it is irrational and that you're quite safe whilst following your instructor's direction. It's just down to inbuilt human reactions, and you can override them with your conscious mind.